bust out a tail whip in a heartbeat on without a problem.
I'll just say it right now. Are we live right now?
We're live right now.
Yeah. So
Steve Ferrer wants to know who he is.
Chris Chapman. Yeah, Chappy. Chappy's been here in Santa Cruz.
I'm just a nobody.
No,
I'm a nobody.
You were born in Santa Cruz?
I was born in Santa Clara community.
Surfer,
Yep.
skimboarder. He's a badass skimboarder, just so you know. Built skimboards. He's built everything. He has literally you've built everything.
I built everything. Yeah. I've tried.
Chappy has built everything. Steve Pereira, just so you know, Chappy has built every single one of our ramps for the boardroom skateboard contest over all the years. And I literally, just so you all know, I owe everything to him for that.
Yeah, you do.
Alone.
Yeah.
I will hug him every time I see him.
You rely on him.
Yeah. No, it's and what's awesome is he's got a professional career, and you dedicate your Friday, and it's amazing, and I love him for that. So Neil, Chappy, I love you, man.
Me too.
Yeah, you're a huge part of this community.
He stole your keys, though.
He did steal my keys, and as well, I want to.
Let's talk about stealing keys. Talk about stealing keys.
I want
For 7 years of the contest, I never knew where my vehicle keys were.
That's true. So again, I was just gonna say, I want to congratulate you for roping it in.
Thank you.
Because Chappy got a little wild, and he roped it in, and I feel like no human should never think you can't rope it in.
Yeah, this year I celebrate 9 years sobriety.
9 years,
9 years without
sobriety.
alcohol.
Yeah, and we've done the ramp 15 years in a row, and the first 6 years were pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of hand. Yeah.
Do you have a moment of building one of those ramps? Do you have a moment that comes back to you? Like,
There's many of them. There's all kinds of moments.
Yeah.
There's moments where there's random people I didn't even know show up, start building, and like, what's that cat from San Jose? He shows up now every year.
Yes,
now.
every
And
year.
this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
randomly showed up one year, and he just like he melted into the crew and fit right in. And Steve, jumped right in, fit right in.
Start
and
building.
Yeah.
like he'd always been
He shows
there
up
from
every
day
year.
One, you know?
Yeah.
He
sees the Instagram post.
I think that's the graddest thing about building. Those are the moments I remember when somebody is like, let me put it this way, I don't have to babysit someone. They come in, they find a place to be, and they make it happen.
Yeah.
Or they're given direction or whatever, and they're like, I got it, I handle it. Some of the best times, I don't know, every year, you know, when I was still drinking, getting to look at Terry and say, hey, I got an idea.
And I
that
get
was
so
always
pissed
my
off.
favorite.
How many
and Terry would look at me and say, no, Chappy, we're not going to do it. And I said, no, we're going to do it, Terry. And that would last about a good 15-minute discussion. That's usually when my car keys would disappear because he's like, you're not driving home.
How many Pabst Blue ribbons could you get in your van?
I made it home every night with my vehicle.
Amazing, he did.
Because I would find my keys. I knew where he hid them every time, behind the counter under the register. And I would find them. I think there was one year I actually pickpocketed him to get my keys out of his pocket.
No, he didn't. I literally would make him walk home. What would piss me off is I'd be like, okay, Chappy, we're going to build a 30-foot wide mini ramp, 6 foot high. No.
We're going to build a bowl.
We're going to build a bowl. And I'm like, we're not going to build a bowl.
Tonight, you had an idea at the bar. We were drinking.
Yeah.
Right? You had an idea what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
What did you say?
No.
Yeah. So I'm always like, let's try to make it easier. And he's like, no, we're going to do a complex curve and figure it out. And historically,
bad math.
Bad math. But we don't figure it out. And the day of the contest, there's like 100 kids all dying to skate the ramp, and we're still putting in screws. And
those years don't happen anymore, though.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, let's look at that. I mean, the second year of my sobriety, we finished the ramp at 7 that day. 7 o'clock in the afternoon, we built a 32-foot wide mini ramp with 4 escalators, 2 tombstones, and we're done.
Right.
And sat there and just soaked it in.
Yeah.
It was like,
you know what's amazing?
How did that happen?
There are days, because we start this before the street fair, and there's days where it's like it's stressful, we're not done, we're spending too much money, and the day of the event, there's like 5,000 people there, whatever it is. I mean, it's a huge event.
Yeah.
And parents are thanking us, little 7, 8, 10, 12-year-olds are thanking
Getting
us.
little fist pounds. From
Yeah,
the
little
Helgies
fist pounds.
is like,
We're doing a
are you kidding me?
raffle. The winners are stoked. We're getting dogs
Yusuf
adopted.
walks away with like a bucket full of
Yeah,
stuff.
but
from
you know
from
the
raffle.
animal shelter's stoked,
Yep.
and that's when you say it's worth it. You know,
Yep.
because it takes more effort and money than what you win. But when a 7-year-old comes up and gives you a fist bump,
Yeah. Can't beat
then,
that.
then you're like, whatever, right?
Yeah, that's
and
the
that's
moment.
why
That's the moment.
that's why this guy comes back every year.
Yeah.
You get a mom or a
Yeah.
dad that comes up and it like sincerely is like shaking your hand and saying thank you for doing this. We'll see you next year. This is my first year.
Yeah.
Two things right here.
Yeah.
First of all, Midtown Block Party's coming up May 31st.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
With,
Yep.
Amazing.
Amazing.
With Dylan Roseband, with James Durbin, Gross Night.
Who?
Well,
James Durbin.
Who's that?
He's that guy.
Some guy on a TV show. Dylan Rose can play a guitar like no
Ripping.
tomorrow.
Ripping.
Yes.
Second and the second week is Doa's Daydream from San Diego. Unbelievable band coming up from San Diego. And the third band on the third Friday is Funkaronimanicon.
So okay, so every
Runamaka.
so every Friday, just show up on SoCal Drive, and it's on fire.
This year's going to be 25 Volkswagens, all Volkswagens.
Wow.
Going to be there.
Huh?
Food trucks,
Wow,
Pretty big.
they're blowing that thing up.
blowing up.
How many years now? Third year?
It's the fourth
gotta use
year.
it.
Fourth? Okay.
And I want to thank, did the Ben Kelly contest the other day? Let me tell you something about
man.
that. Let me tell you something about that.
I love that.
I did
contest.
Water Patrol.
Yeah.
When you go out with Water Patrol at the back to the log jam, people are yelling at you.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You fuck, blah, 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 blah.
Ben Kelly.
People yelling at
Everything's
you.
cool.
Ben Kelly's contest.
Right.
They all swam in the right.
That's
in the right
awesome.
spot.
Well, first off, I knew Ben,
Yeah.
and
It was
secondly,
that was cool.
that contest
Yeah.
is why humans that surf exist.
No contest.
You know,
contest.
it's, yeah.
It was
forget
like-
it.
was
And
like
that's why I
you
support
had-
it.
You had 20 minutes with your best buddies,
Right.
your buddies on
Right.
that pleasure point.
And I will donate to that cause
Yeah.
forever. I want to thank Curly and
Yeah,
Kyle
Curly.
and everybody who put
Yeah.
that on. That's
Yeah.
a great
And
event.
so I'm also at the coffee shop. They all said thank you.
Did they? Well, those guys are great. I love those guys, and I want to say thanks to Andy Daly, Capitol PD,
Yeah.
the chief.
Yep.
The chief. He first off, if you're watching this still, maybe
No,
not,
I know it.
but any police chief that supports skateboarding, I support that. So thank you.
There's still signposts
Sure,
at Capitol.
for
Don't
sure.
ski- don't skateboard.
Yeah, but it's a great bridge, and the Chappy. For those of you who are still watching, that guy's amazing.
Yeah.
A legend.
tonight.
Yeah.
And sorry tonight that you couldn't have the SoCal High Jazz Band.
I agree, yes.
One of the kids got sick and
What's next week?
them.
Oh, they're coming back next
coming
week?
Back next Tuesday.
All right. Okay,
SoCal High Jazz Band. Jim
we're gonna COVID test.
COVID.
We'll have them back.
tested.
Chappy, get in here. No, don't break that off. Shh. Come in here. Everybody, Chris Chapman, he's my boy. Neil,
See you next
great
week.
show. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.